Good morning. This is my breakfast. It is, my goodness, morning brain. This is my spicy slaw with croutons and chicken tenders and slices of apple. It's very, very good. It is a lot. And then I also have apple slices, feijoa, and this is cheesy pudding with kiwi fruit. So this is my breakfast. This slaw, it's so delicious, it's so good. But I've been making it in that bowl, and every time it's like heaped over the bowl, like it's so much food. So I had to move it to the plate because I was like, this is gonna dribble out. But it is so good. My electrolyte options for today are watermelon that I just mixed up, and then this is crisp apple, I think that's what it's called. But yes, I also have a blackcurrant in the fridge, but I haven't been able to find any of the blackcurrant packets, and that's like my favourite one. So I'm kind of just hoping that I don't run out. Okay, I showered and washed my hair and then dried my hair. I really need to get heat protectant for my hair because I don't have any at the moment, and I've been using the hairdryer a lot. I also need to get a diffuser hairdryer so I can like not it's kind of, I'm getting a lot of breakage, I've noticed, and so yeah. Anyway, I am going to watch some YouTube and knit. I've gotten a little bit over halfway through this. As I said in my May recap, which was filmed yesterday I think, I've got the green and blue done and 3.5 of the brown and green and 3 of the blue and green. So I don't know what I'm going to do this week. What day is it? It's Tuesday. I think I would like to get the brown and green finished by the end of the week. We shall see. I also have a book that I need to read this week, and I need to do some cleaning around my apartment. But yeah, I think finishing the brown and green is doable probably. I don't know if you can hear the rain, so I'm sorry if you can, but I'm almost finished the square, and I'm gonna have a little snack because I'm getting a bit hungry. I don't know if I'm gonna have the cookies and cream or the apple crumble. I was thinking apple crumble, and then because I was taking the ones off the top, which are the ones that I had. It's the ones that are in the, is that vertical? No. Yeah, vertical is up and down, horizontal is, sorry. Anyway, the vertical ones are the ones that I got yesterday, and then the ones that are on top of it are the ones that I had left over from last time that I did a protein bar shop. Oh my goodness, I need to work on having the watts come through my brain. Anyway, so yeah, I thought that I only had apple crumble left, and then there is one cookies and cream. I'm wondering whether or not apple crumble is like too sweet for me right now. Also, the cookies and cream has 1 whole gram extra of protein. Crazy, I know. So I might go with the cookies and cream. This was a really long video for me to just tell you what protein bar I ate, but yeah. time this much through. So I just have the top section left, which will take about an hour, and then I will probably take a nap before I have to get ready to go. It is raining, which is, I knew it was going to rain because I was going to do laundry, and so I checked the weather app, and I really do need to do laundry, but that will have to be a tomorrow problem because it supposedly is not going to rain tomorrow. I am really craving some chicken soup right now, but obviously I had like a really big breakfast, and so I'm not really hungry. And then I also am going to my friend's house to cook in a couple hours, and so I'm like, I probably shouldn't eat more because I'm already full and I'm eating in a couple hours, but like my taste buds are hungry. So I might reheat some chicken soup and like a cheese roll, but like if I can just like eat a little bit and then put it in the fridge, and then my taste buds get to eat it. I think that's the move. I think next time I make soup, I have to remember to put it in half cup portion sizes as well as 1 cup, so that I can have my snack soups. Because I much prefer soup as a snack than as a meal. And I had this issue with the pumpkin soup multiple times where I was like, I actually don't feel like having an entire thing of pumpkin soup, I just want a little bit, but I didn't freeze it as a little bit, so need to remember that next time. Chicken soup has been acquired, and my cheese roll. Very excited about this. Where did I put the spoon? There was a spoon here a second ago. Oh my god, that is hot. So good. I finished the square, and now I'm going to start on the next one. I need to leave soon, so I definitely won't be able to do a whole nother one, but I like to start the new one after I've finished a square, just because I think it makes it easier. I think the first 3 rows require the most amount of like thinking to get it done, because you have to like cast on the right amount of stitches, and then like once you get to the colour work you can kind of like guess where you are and like go from there. But the first few rows like require a bunch of thinking, and so I like to do them before I finish, so that when I start again I can just like get right into it without having to like, you know, do the boring stuff, because I think if I know that I have to do boring stuff I'm probably just gonna like procrastinate for a while. So it's just easier for me, and I think it makes it easier to like do things fast, because I'm trying to do this really fast. I was just getting up and I spilled my cup of water like all over my bed and all over the carpet, and I'm like I don't know what to do. I've got some paper towels and like pushed on it to try and like hopefully absorb some of the water, but it's still so wet. I think I'm just gonna like put a heater on and like hope for the best. Like leave it running while I'm cooking at my friend's house, because I'm gonna get ready in like 30 minutes. I'm so upset right now. I'm all ready to leave. I have a few minutes before I need to go over there, but all dressed and everything. I think that I have mostly dried up the water that spilled. I like put the heater directly over the bed, which is not a meter from the heater, but I think it was okay. I think it's mostly dry now. And I'm just gonna leave it like to air out, I guess, in the next couple of hours while I'm cooking. Yeah. I don't know what they have. I never know what they have. So basically I cook for my friend once a week and then once every other week. So every Tuesday and then every other Thursday. And I don't know what they have in their kitchen. She said that she cooked a lot recently, and so there's going to be a lot of leftovers that I'm going to need to like figure out a way to put into a meal, but I don't actually have to. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be going over so early actually, because it's 4:30 that I'm going to go over. Oh my gosh, I forgot that she needed vanilla extract, so I need to grab that. But yeah, so I'm just going to be like heating up food, I think, and maybe making something if they've actually had such a full fridge recently, which is such a blessing. I also have like a super full fridge and freezer, but it is a bit of an issue when you're like trying to put stuff in there. So yeah, hopefully I can use as much of the leftovers as possible, but also have some fun. Hopefully, we'll see. Maybe it will just be boring. Okay, I just got back from dinner. I did not know what to make because there was a bunch of leftovers, and basically the really fun part about cooking for them is that I don't know going into it what I'm going to cook. Like when I cook for myself, I know what I want to make, and then I go to the grocery store and I buy the exact ingredients to make what I want to make, and then I make it, and it's good. Like I get to like perfect recipes, and I like that. But I think the thing that's really fun about cooking at my friend's place is I never know what's I never know what's there. I don't know what I'm doing. I just go in and I take a guess, and it is a little bit frustrating being a person who likes to make things taste good, and having these experiences where I'm like, oh, I could have done this so much better if I just did this little tweak or I changed it this way, and like if I could make this 50 times in a row and make it better every single time, then it would be perfect. But because I'm just like throwing random things at the wall, it oftentimes is not up to my standard of food. Which is what happened today. I basically, what was there? There was like some leftovers, and there was some leftover potatoes which we didn't use because I ended up making noodles. And there was some leftover cauliflower and beans which I did use, and there was some bok choy that needed to be used, and what else? I can't think of it. Carrots. That's what I did. So I did like a little stir fry noodle thing with just some like veggie stock and noodles, and then the only seasoning that I really did is like salt, pepper, sesame oil, and some lime, and it was not enough. it wasn't bad. It was quite good actually, but I was like, there needs to be like a little something extra right now. So that was good. And then my friend did fish because I don't really know how to cook a lot of meats, and yeah, so she cooked that. Actually, I think John cooked it. But whatever. She helped with the cooking. And then afterwards we went to like the supermarket and bought some groceries, and then had a cup of caro. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a drink. It's like a hot drink. It was really good. And then yeah, they lent me this book. Is This a Cry for Help? Because apparently they think I would really like it, so I don't know if that's a cry for help or a cry for me to get help, but we shall see. I will read that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I've shown you yet, but I have the next chapter. Oh my goodness. I just dropped that. By Camille Kellogg, who wrote Just As You Are, which was the book that I read last month. And then I also have Platonic, How Understanding Your Attachment Style Can Help You Make and Keep Friends. It's bedtime. I need to go to bed. The light may be on, but that is just so that you can see me. It is almost 10 p.m. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. This morning I woke up and I had... what are they called? For some reason my brain is saying parmesan? Persimmon. That's what it is. Persimmon. This morning I had a persimmon. And now for breakfast, I'm gonna have an apple crumble protein bar. Well, it's not really a breakfast, but just a little morning snack, I guess. I'm watching The Other Bennett Sister at the moment because my friends watched it and they said that it was good. So I actually don't know. I think I'm on the 4th episode, maybe? I don't know. I watched an episode last night and then I've just been watching it this morning. For my electrolytes, I'm gonna have the lemon and lime one for today. I only had half of the watermelon one yesterday, so I don't know if I told you that I had watermelon, because I had, oh my goodness, I don't even know what's happening right now in my brain, but yeah, so I'm gonna make that and continue watching the show and knitting. I have got this much through. I've done basically like the first section of it, and I'm on to the second section of, what is this? This is the 5th one out of 9 of the brown and greens. So yeah, hopefully we'll get through that today. Oh my god. Morning brain. Okay, I'm gonna go back to watching the show. I've almost finished the square. Just have the last little bit. And then I think I'm like 9 episodes in to The Other Bennett Sister. I have just made lunch. Got a cheese roll, some bread with butter, and the leftover soup from yesterday. Probably will need a little bit more because I literally just had the protein bar today, I think. Is that it? And the persimmon and the protein bar. Oh, and I had some ice cream. I got some like vanilla ice cream and mixed some matcha powder into it. And so I have that in my fridge. Because for some reason they don't sell like green tea ice cream. And I'm like, I would buy so much of that if they did. And I feel like it would be a really popular flavour. Like, I don't understand why that's not a thing. Anyway, there is like one brand that sells green tea mochi, and it's so good, but it's so expensive, and you get like 9 little balls of like green tea ice cream. And I'm like, that is not enough. I need the 2-litre tub. So yeah, I'm gonna eat my lunch, finish the show, finish knitting this. It is 11:35ish, so I think I might knit another one today. We'll see. I am about to finish the show, so I might need to get a new show to watch or something, because I'll get a little bit bored if I'm not doing that. But if I can do another one of these, then I just have 3 left of these colours, and then if I can finish one other one of these today, that means I'm 2/3 of the way through the squares. So that's like almost halfway done, which would be so good to get done if I can. But we shall see. I feel very strange right now because last week I was like stressing out and I had so much things to like get done, and now I just like am chilling. Like I don't have to do anything until like next Tuesday. And so I'm like, I feel like I should be really stressed and have things to do, and I just don't. And it's very weird. But good. I'm chilling. I just finished the square and I finished the show. I have switched over to the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I think that's what it's called, which I know is like super old, but I'm watching it on TVNZ and apparently it's going to be removed soon and I haven't seen it, so I might not finish it because I don't like it that much so far. But yes, I'm going to start on the next one. I was going to say the last one, but it's not the last one yet. We have one section left. No, actually we're halfway through. I don't know why I thought that it was one section, but I'm halfway through the second square of the day, which is the 6th of 9 of the brown with green. I'm watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I'm on episode 3, and I made some chicken noodles with chicken tender like bits, and I had a thing of seaweed. I ate literally all but one. Guys, I am shocked right now. I am on episode 1 of season 2 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and I have just finished the 3rd square of the day. 3 of these. I am speeding along, doing incredible. What does that leave me with? A little thing on here. I actually don't know how long I've updated that since. Let's get. I sewed this when I was like 11 and I still have it. Okay, so that is 3, 4, 5, 6. Surely there's another one. Is it just 6? Okay, that's actually not as impressive as I thought it was. It was quite impressive because I sewed 3 squares in a day. But yeah, it definitely says on my iPad that I've sewn more than that. So I must have just lost one. But still, 3 squares one day. These take me like 4 hours. And I've just been knitting since I woke up. Wild. I woke up at like 6 AM I think. So that makes sense. It's almost 9. I'm kind of hungry, but I try not to eat before I go to bed because of digestion and whatever, like it affects your sleep or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not a doctor, don't quote me on that. But that's upsetting because I do want to eat, but I also should probably just like go to bed and then eat in the morning. Okay, good night. I think I'm going to start the day off with, well actually I've been eating a ton of licorice today. I don't know why, but I've been craving licorice so much recently. But I'm going to start the day off with a protein oat egg. This is the caramel chocolate flavour. I am about 1/4 of the way through the current. This is the 8th of 9 of the brown and green ones. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the completed brown and greens. So I think today I want to start reading. I'm pretty sure this one the next chapter by Camille Kellogg, I need to finish this by the 12th, so I definitely want to get started on that today. So I spend 7 hours knitting, then I will finish all of the brown and greens, and I'm sure I can have some time to read in between that. How long did I spend? Like 13 hours knitting yesterday. Crazy. But yeah, I also really need to get the dishes done. So I should do that at some point. I am probably going to be putting that off. I hate the dishes, but they have to be done. I need to do them. I also need to buy a shovel at some point for my compost. Oh, and I need to with compost you put like cardboard in it, but it has to be like shredded up quite small, because the things that you put in your compost have to be quite small, because it like helps it decompose better, because the airflow, and I don't know, I'm not an expert on this, but I have to like rip up some cardboard. I luckily, because I like moved in here, I have a ton of cardboard left over from that. And there's like the box that my oven that I bought came in, it had this like cardboard, I want to say paper mache, but that's not at all what it is, but that's kind of the texture that it has. But it's like a box thing that I'm pulling apart at the moment. I'm just kind of like pulling apart all the layers and shredding it into little pieces. But it was like raining the other day, and I left the lid off of my compost, and it got absolutely soaked, so I definitely need to add some more dry things in there, and get a shovel so that I can mix it easier, because I've just been using my gloves, but it's getting too deep, I think. So yeah, that probably won't be on the agenda for today, just because I have a listing on Trade Me that I'm trying to buy for some Doc Martens. And that is, I'm going to leave my money for that, and hopefully I get the listing, and then it finishes at 8 p.m. tonight, so hopefully I win, and then yeah, next week then I can buy a shovel, or if I have money left over then I can buy a shovel. But yeah, it's very dark, I'm sorry about that. I really wanted pizza, and I don't have pizza or anything to make pizza, and so instead I made pasta with tomatoes and olives. And while I was making it, I was getting really hungry, because I don't think I've really eaten all that much today. And so I opened the cookies and cream protein bar. I really wanted something like chocolatey, and I feel like that one's not even that chocolatey. I think they put too much emphasis on the cream part in the rest of the bar, and so it's just like the cookies are just like little chocolatey chunks throughout it, and so it's like not really like chocolate cookie chunks throughout it, and so it's not that chocolatey. And so I also opened the Rocky Road protein bar, which I think is a lot more what I was going for in terms of chocolate. I also really wanted chocolate, and I don't have any chocolate. So yeah, protein bar it is. protein bar and pasta. That is my lunch. It's a bit of a late lunch, but it's okay. For lunch I have my pesto pasta with broccoli and chicken. Talked about it I think in my February recap, I believe. Maybe my January one, I don't remember. But it has been pouring down for the past couple days. I didn't record anything yesterday just because I was really not in the mood. And I was doing a lot of thinking. But I did 2 of these yesterday and started on the 3rd, so I have 1 to finish. Where's the... yeah, so I need to finish this one and then do 3 more of the blue with brown. I spent the entire day reading this book and I finished it. I'm really excited to get started on this one, which will be my next book. It is like 8 PM, so I don't know if I should start it tonight. I do think I will do that. I don't know when I last updated you about this, but I'm on the last quarter of the knitting thing. Maybe I should finish this tonight actually. And then I have 3 more of these to do. I'm tired. And then I get paid tomorrow, and so I can go do grocery shopping, which I honestly don't really need to do because I have a bunch of food. I just need to like do meal prep. That's really what the issue is. But I'm about to run out of cheese rolls, which, how am I supposed to have soup if I don't have a cheese roll? Yes. Okay. I think I'm going to read a little bit of this because I really want to. I really want to get started. I think sometimes I get a little bit, I don't know, sometimes I struggle to like start reading things, but once I've started then I'm better at reading, and so since I've like literally just finished reading this, I think it's good for me to start reading this so that I've like gotten into it, because otherwise I'm just gonna like not read it until it's almost due, and then I'm gonna force myself to read it like really fast. And I take longer to read non-fiction books, so I should get invested as soon as possible. So I'm gonna get invested in this book, and then I'm gonna finish this square and start the next one, and then I can go to bed. That's the plan.